night. They beat this Kings in Sacramento last night by 1 point, 109 to 108.
That's all you got to win by.
That's all you got to win by. That is the final last night. I think the Kings kind of rallied, too.
Yeah.
There was a point at which...
The Cavs were up, I think, around 10 or so, and then the Kings came back.
Yeah.
Made it a close game. But Cavs held it out.
There you go. So Kings are near the bottom of the pile in the West, but I mean the Cavs are doing fine. And
6th seed, that's not bad for this year.
No, that's not bad at all.
No one was expecting it.
Yep.
Make sure you vote for Jared Allen and Darius Garland and Evan Mobley to be all-stars too.
Oh wow.
Every vote helps. And you don't even have to stand in line, you just gotta get on Twitter.
Can I mail it in? Is this can I mail in my ballot?
You can kind of email it if you go to the website.
Oh, is that all it is?
I mean, you can vote on Twitter or you can do it at NBA.com. I just do it on Twitter. That's the easiest way for me.
I mentioned this only because it kind of took root here on our own show. When I mentioned yesterday that convicted murderer Robert Durst had died, for half a second, Mary was concerned that it was Fred Durst.
No, I asked if he was related to Frank Durst.
Frank Durst, right. Frank Durst.
Is that Frank Durst's brother? I think is what I said.
She still thought the Limp Bizkit singer. She just thought Frank Durst.
Right.
Yeah, and so when people saw the name Durst, there were a lot of people who made that, who were confused there for a second. Fred Durst, alive and well. Still rocking that dad energy. But Robert Durst is dead. So Cavaliers are off tonight. They will be back on the court tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Is that the time? Yes, tomorrow night in Utah to play the Jazz at 9 o'clock. So 8:30 here on MMS is when that pregame coverage will begin. For those of you who do any amount of regular shopping at CLE Clothing Company, make sure that you're using the promo code HOOPS, speaking of the Cavaliers, HOOPS, HOOPS, for 20% off all throughout this month. So Cavs are on the road until next week. They'll be back to play the Nets on Monday. They'll play the Chicago Bulls next Wednesday. And halfway through the season, right? Halfway through.
Yes, halfway through.
I think. So there you go. I was talking about, before the break, the bands that are taking COVID dogs on the road so that they can sniff COVID that might be on people in there. But obviously there's no shortage of not just identifying COVID, but curing it. Now, you might say to yourself, well, Alan, there's a tried and true method of trying to mitigate the fallout from this. And, of course, it's available free vaccines. No. Not if you really know what's going on.
Abstinence is the only way.
Abstinence.
Just don't get COVID.
You don't have to put any hot sauce in that.
That's right. Just say no to crack and everything else. As the guy's making the rounds, been in the news before because he's some self-styled, he calls himself vaccine police. Now, I don't know what he's running around doing, but he likes taking photos of himself. He's just another one of these grifters, but he likes taking photos of himself with a bunch of rifles and, I don't know. But a video of him went around where he was telling a group of people, he's in some room, I don't know where he has these little get-togethers. His name is Christopher Key. And he's telling people that drinking your own urine will cure COVID. Now, if you've, again, I don't know how he explains it. I would think that whatever fluids were in your body would be tainted by COVID. And so I'm not sure how drinking your own urine, there's some people who swear by drinking urine. That was one of my polar blast punishments one year, is I had to drink a shot of my own hot
And if I recall, you drank that urine and you didn't get COVID. So,
Well,
but I did get COVID.
Not then.
Just 2 years. Not then. That's right.
You didn't get it that year?
I didn't get it that year.
You got to keep up with the pee drinking if you want it to work. You can't just drink
see.
pee once.
Not just one time.
It's
Yeah,
like
one
crack.
time.
Routine. Yeah.
You got to smoke crack at least 18 times.
That's your nighttime treat, is your own pee.
It's a shot of my hot pee.
Patches O'Houlihan was way before on this pee drinking.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. From Dodgeball. He was like, is it necessary? No. But it's sterile and I like the taste.
Patches O'Houlihan.
Rip Torn, man. The best.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Here's the guy telling people, hey, and he even prefaces it by telling this room of people who you can kind of hear, they're off camera, but you can kind of hear them chuckling nervously. He's like, you're all going to think I'm crazy. See, these people, this is why these people, they know it's all made up and whatever, but they're trying to make money or do whatever, get press, is they preface all this stuff by going, hey, people always tell me I'm crazy, but I know there's all kinds of research. No, there isn't. And is research, by the way, a word that moves the needle with anyone on that side?
No.
It's not research.
They're looking for confirmation bias.
But confirmation of what? Like,
the
I
thing
guarantee
that they already believe.
But yeah, but there isn't one person who's going to drink their pee. Let's say everyone in the room tried this. Mm-hmm. It's not going to work.
But if they go, I drank my pee and I don't got COVID, so I think I'm doing okay.
Huh.
I've been practicing this for 20 years. The antidote that we've seen now, and we have tons and tons of research, is urine therapy. A lot of you, this sounds crazy. This has been around for centuries. We've got documented, published papers on urine. We do. We have this.
Yeah, we have documented public papers on urine. What the hell does that mean? Have people been drinking their urine for centuries? Yes, they have. But that's got nothing to do with what you're saying. Guys, people have been doing this for a long time. Drinking their pee? Yes. I wish they would have turned the camera on in this crew. I'd love to know, like, what Marriott ballroom this was in. So, listen, Godspeed. Putting the pee in Godspeed.
Well, one thing I love about when things like this happen is a friend of ours, and he's been on this show, Brent Terhune, does those parodies. And he will sit in his car and he pretended like he was drinking pee and he writes hilarious stuff. And then Katie Couric retweeted it and said,
"Oh no,
what?"
But he always gets them, doesn't he?
Oh,
yeah,
but
they always fall for it.
But it's not always someone as high profile as Katie Couric. So like that was pretty awesome for her to get terhuned, as they say.
Right.
I sent you a pretty good example of this from The Simpsons, where it's Lisa giving Homer an anti-tiger rock, and it's kind of the same thing.
Not a bear in sight. The Bear Patrol must be working like a charm.
That's specious reasoning, Dad.
Thank you, honey.
By your logic, I could claim that this rock keeps tigers away.
Oh, how does it work?
It doesn't work.
Uh-huh.
It's just a stupid rock.
Uh-huh.
But I don't see any tigers around here, do you?
Lisa, I want to buy your rock.
Well, she takes the money anyway. I want to buy that anti-tiger rock.
Thank you, honey.
Hey, listen, that's just as good evidence as this guy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a very similar situation.
Yeah, and because, the chains are always moving on this and it's just made up stuff, they have to keep... The remedies get weirder and weirder and weirder. So they're like, oh, take this hormone pill and everything but a vaccine. Take this pill here. There's
there's actual research on it. There's actual numbers that you can look at and be like, okay, I can take the vaccine, won't get ass sick if I.
Well, that's all made up,
yeah,
Bill.
right,
it's
of
all
course.
made up. What I want to know is,
it is always made up. Isn't
why don't we figure out a way to convince people who are taking these fakakta drug cocktails or whatever, why they're just throwing things into a cup once the horse pays, it doesn't do anything. Why can't we convince a lot of these people that like sterilization medication is a good is a good way to cure coronavirus?
I wish.
Let's steer things that way.
I mean,
why are we just reacting? Let's proact.
Because you got to find the right person to sell it to them.
Brent Terhune.
There you go.
There you go.
It's got to be someone they trust.
Yeah.
Brent Terhune.
Yeah.
Come all the way back around.
Vasectomies cure COVID.
Is there sterilization medication? Is that a medicine you can take?
There's got to be.
I think there is.
There's got to be
Mountain
something
Dew.
that would be.
I mean, I know there's chemical castration.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like.
You don't think it's an over-the-counter
I
pill
think
for
it's an over-the-counter pill where it's like, enough of this fertile semen I have in my body. I'm tired of it.
Oh, no, I thought I was taking Tylenol. Oh, I took the fertilization pill. Oh, boy.
No, the sterilization pill.
Sterilization pill.
That's
Oh,
very
is my
different than
face
the
red?
Alan Cox.
Oh,
Super sperm.
no. Not anymore. Sterilization pill.
Are you getting snipped? I know you were talking about it.
Wow, Mary, I thought we were going to have this conversation off the air.
Oh, okay. We can.
I haven't really.
We're talking about sterilization.
I
and-
haven't moved the needle any
Good
further in
point.
that
What's the
direction.
status of your balls, Alan?
We need to know.
Yeah, they're freshly shorn.
Wow, your lady goes above and beyond with the haircuts, huh?
Yeah. she
That's
gets
why
the,
it's so itchy.
yeah, she gets the foil down there and everything.
The highlights make you look younger.
Thank you. I sit in the salon chair with my legs up in the air. I haven't had any further conversations about that. I guess it would just be a timing thing. Figure out when to do it and,
Probably on a Saturday.
Well, I think you're maybe laid up for a little bit longer than a Saturday.
No.
But that's what Dr. Berglund has always said, that March Madness is his busy time of year because guys just want to sit on the couch on a bag of frozen peas and watch the games.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have any, attraction for me, but I guess I'd have to figure out when to do it.
You could do it like they do it with bowls, and you could just tie rubber band around it until it falls off.
We got rubber bands in the office.
We have a lot of rubber bands.
Yeah, I've got rubber bands on my desk. Over the break, we were watching a lot of those veterinarian shows, the Incredible Dr. Pole and all that. And it's a pretty graphic show because they're going out there and they're, pulling calves out of cows that are stuck or whatever. They're going shoulder deep in these animals. And there was one where the guy had like a prize-winning pig that had a prolapse.
Some pig.
had like an anal prolapse or something.
Ooh, gross.
It was all blown out.
Oh,
and they had to figure out,
Hey, your pig's leaking bacon.
So they're going to try to stuff it back in or something, and I guess they just ended up, the default position there was they ended up taking some giant, thick surgical rubber band and just waiting for it to fall off.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do that with yours.
And you'd think that the things that they have to do to these animals, you think these animals would like freak out or move, and sometimes they do, but usually it's just like a horse is standing there while they're stitching up his eyelid. Like,
What are they going to do?
They numb it up.
I'm sure that they give them a little, but I mean, they don't always sedate them. I
But
mean, when
probably
the
local, and they probably can't feel it.
Yeah.
that's a bad example. They're going to give them a local anesthetic for something like that. But there's all these other things that look very painful, and these animals are just standing there.
Have you ever seen videos of people tending to horseshoes, like their feet?
Oh, I watched.
Yes.
I've been watching those on TikTok.
I have too.
And
That's
they're
where they come
crazy,
up.
yeah.
Well, because it looks like it should hurt. The whole process looks like it should be very painful.
My daughter does it because
It's
she's been an equestrian
crazy.
for years and years and
They're
years.
just like taking these big sharp knives and
Yeah.
chop it. And I'm assuming it's like nails.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
if you were to get your nails and
just
you can't
keratin
feel
and
it.
yeah, right.
But it's crazy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
And they just stand there,
Yeah,
with
they're
their little
standing
foot
there.
up, like, all right, go ahead, pedicure day.
Heat it up.
How do they not
nail
kick?
it in.
That's what I mean. Is that
Well,
they
they
just
have
chill.
them. They have them in like a stable that's got like specially made so that won't do that.
It kind of restrains them a
in the
little
way
bit.
they're restrained. There's so much interesting stuff on TikTok
Yeah,
like
I
that.
love it.
And I've been watching so many earwax removals.
I got into that last night too. I couldn't sleep, so I was on TikTok till like 3 a.m, and I'm watching.
Isn't this all
earwax.
stuff that's just on YouTube, or people are putting it on
Yeah, but
TikTok?
this just shows up on your page, so
And
it's
it's
just
just
right in front of
easy,
you
yeah,
as soon as
like-
you open it up.
What is your why
The
is your
algorithm just feeds you what you need. You
why
don't
is
even
your
know it.
algorithm pointing you to earwax removal?
Here's what I'm going to tell
videos?
you from what I've learned
They're
about
satisfying.
TikTok. It doesn't make any sense. I cannot, for the life of me, make sense of this app. None of it. Nothing makes any sort of this leads to that. Like what shows up on my page is all so wildly different. but somehow I like all of it. It's just very, very strange.
It knows you better than you know yourself.
I cannot figure out this app, but I spend hours a day
I don't
on it.
have TikTok because I'm afraid of that same thing.
I'm not on TikTok. Yeah.
My mom's sending money to a monkey that she doesn't know.
That's what
And my mom didn't even know how to work. She was still doing the old-fashioned emojis, like with the colon and the parenthesis.
Would you feel better if she had been giving money to a monkey she did know?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's the old saying, you know, the monkey you know over the monkey you don't.
Yeah, better the monkey you know. Mom, meet a monkey. This guy's out there scamming you.
Yeah, like pimple popping and earwax removal. Like the earwax removals.
Earwax is pretty
are
gross.
So they're gross, but it's so
fulfilling.
satisfying.
I wonder if
when you
mine's like
see it.
that. I use Q-tips every time I shower, which I know you're not supposed to do because it shoves it in there.
Yeah.
But it's
here.
pretty clean.
Let me take a look.
No, go ahead. I don't think so.
You
but
know,
it's
I mean, those pimple popper things have
Those
gotten
make
so
me throw up.
Well, they've gotten so popular that they now have a pimple popper veterinarian show. So it's
I've seen some of that,
Dr.
yeah.
Pimple Popper, but for animals.
Yeah.
do animals get pimples?
But I like the
Clearly, if they made a whole show around Dr. Pimple Popper veterinarian.
the pimple popper one is not as satisfying as the earwax removal, because the earwax removal, like, they're very delicate with it and they have to take their time, and then usually like the ones that I keep seeing
They're
is
like an inch long.
is like
I
a
don't want to
it's
see
like a-
any of that.
He's like a British guy explaining it,
Ugh.
like talking his way through it, but it's gross, but when they finally get it out and they pull, you're like, yes, you did it.
I spent about an hour and a half last night watching people get hurt, and I posted one on my Instagram story today where this guy has some weird.
I couldn't figure what that thing was.
I don't know what it is either. It's like this weird piece of metal that he flicks and then it comes back up and hits him in the mouth. And I'm not kidding. I probably watched that video 200 times and I was crying. I was laughing so hard. It was videos like that. This girl is like filming herself in like a cute outfit of the day thing, and she picks up her foot
And
then
gets trapped on the door.
caught on a door. She falls and
I
hits
saw
her
that one. That was
face.
very funny.
Like, dude, both of those are on my story, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, this is what I want this app to do for me. I
Yeah.
want you to show me videos of other people, not like hurting themselves so they're in the hospital, but I
it's
want to
silly
see
things.
people fall down.
There's one that I saw of a girl. She's trying to get pickles out of the fridge, and
I
she
posted that,
and she
yeah.
falls back over and
She's
pours
drunk.
all the pickle juice right on her face. And
God, it's so funny.
fantastic. It's it's a very entertaining app.
This is what we've done.
I love it.
This is
I
what
love
we've
every
done.
second of it.
Earwax removal, horseshoes, pickle juice.
Tell me this isn't funny.
Horse
It's
reshoeing.
4 seconds long.
I saw this.
Oh, you did? Of her showing off her little outfit?
Yeah, I saw it.
She hits the door, smacks her face.
Yeah,
She's not in the hospital, but that's hilarious. I love that.
I will agree to disagree.
You don't think that's... You watch that video and you don't laugh.
Did you hear me laugh?
I can't believe that.
She
What
fell
do you
over.
find funny?
Huh?
You were crying laughing at Rambo exploding a guy's head.
That's funny.
That's
Because
high
it was
humor.
unintentionally funny.
This is unintentionally funny. She didn't mean to do that. She was trying to show off her outfit and her foot got caught and she face planted.
It's a little broad for me.
I guess.
A little broad for me.
just funny.
No, I get it. I'm not saying you shouldn't laugh. I wouldn't look at that and
Losing
be
it.
engulfed in
Oh,
hilarity.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Crying. Makeup smeared down my face because I was crying laughing so hard.
Well, listen, that's the beauty of social media. There's literally something for everyone.
Perfect. Watching videos of cats fight. Not even mean, but like play fighting. And one of them ends up falling off the counter or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Poundcake's got a guy and his dad whacking off at the same time. Like,
whatever you need.
You know, there's something.
I just happened to notice
I bet
that
those
someone-
guys fell over the toilet too. Put that on TikTok.
No, but like it's on OnlyFans. People will pay for that, and you're making a lot of money. I want to talk about that on my podcast.
You can talk about whatever you want.
Talk
on your
about whatever
podcast.
you
Well,
want.
I wouldn't like
Uncensored and uncut.
Actually, that's the one topic you're not allowed to talk about on the podcast.
No,
They said, I just got an email from
people.
Bobby,
Keiths.
from Bobby Spreaker.
People who rely on OnlyFans now. I want to know how much they're making, how they
You should interview some of them.
maintain their lifestyle. I'm going to put it on my Insta, but like, that is their life now. Because I know a lot of people were like going crazy when they said they weren't going to do any more porn. And they're like, wait, this is how I make my living. I gave up nursing for this.
I know.
Right, but once you get past that initial explanation, where's the interesting part?
Well, I want to know how much they're making.
Right,
and
but
how
once
far-
they go, I used to do this, now I do this, and I make a lot of money. Like, what's the second layer of that saga?
Well,
Well,
because
how'd you get to that point where you're making that
and
money?
I want to know how far down the rabbit hole you will go, because at what point do you say?
up.
But I'm saying, at what point do you say, no, I'm not going to toss off with my mom or my dad or something like that? Like, no, why do you go there? Why would you stop there when you have already essentially put all your morals and everything on the back burner to do this?
I don't think it's a moral
Yeah, I
issue.
don't think there's
I don't see it as a. I
think that's what stops a lot of people. Because
It's
they know
unusual. I don't know if there's anything immoral about it. I mean, everyone involved is consenting and adults.
Well, I'm just talking about
That's like an
OnlyFans, the
old-fashioned
stigma
way to
on it.
look at it. Like, oh, your morals.
Yeah, but I think that's what stops a lot of people, because they know they would make a lot more money, and people aren't necessarily shy. Like most girls have showed their boobs to a stranger before. It's no different. You're just
Most girls have showed their boobs to a stranger, he says.
Yes,
Most girls.
Most
Have you
girls
ever done that,
have
Mary?
flashed
Yeah.
someone. All right, she was a drunk.
I've pulled my boobs out.
Huh.
Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not.
You think he's safe in saying? You think he's safe in saying most
She's
girls
trying to
have
show
done
off
that?
her boots, and then all of a sudden she falls over and her boobs are out.
I would say, yeah, that's
Yes.
a very...
Most girls have flashed
that's a very
a stranger
drunk,
once in their life.
silly, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. It's harmless.
And it's,
you know?
they flash girls too.
It makes people
not just
happy.
Dudes.
I don't think anybody's ever been flashed and been like, no, thank you. It might not be the best boobs. They might not be the best boobs, but you're like, okay, that was nice of you. You didn't have to do that, you know?
Oh, that's a big load.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's something for you, dear listener, to look forward to.
Maybe getting flashed one day.
Poundcake talking to the whacking dad and son.
I feel like flashing's gone out of style, though. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Sadly.
well, because of the
You pay
advent
for
of,
it now.
Well, because of camera phones and things like that. Like when people had, like, if you just had like a camera, that was one thing. But it's another thing where everybody has an HD camera with them all the time, so people aren't as bold to
Well, the
just
spontaneity
flash.
came from the fact that it wasn't going to be committed to an image.
Right.
You were like on the road or a trucker or something,
Yeah,
or you know.
and it's just like, hey, cool.
Yeah, thank you. You literally had to be there. Now they're like, no, I don't want you taking my
Now
photo.
it's like,
and-
hold on, let me get my camera.
I think it's super funny. I do it to my boyfriend all the time. Where I'll just like call him into a room, like, "Hey, will you come in here for a minute?" And he'll come in. I'll just have like one boob out. He's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm just like, "Is it funny?"
He says, "What's wrong with you?"
Well,
That's- I like
it's-
that.
No, he likes it, but he's just
wants
like
to
he'll
set.
start like giggling and shake his head and just be like, "Why? Why is your left boob out? What are you doing right?"
You know I like
You
the
know
right
that's
one.
Yeah.
It's fun. Flash your partner. If we learned anything, give your partner a little flash.
It takes me too long to put it back in my sock, Mary.
Ah.
Hey-oh!
Roll it up.
Hey-oh! I've got WWE tickets for you on the way back. Monday Night Raw is back at the Romo Fijo on March the 7th.